I feel really weird being in front of the camera right now considering I've done like 10,000 intros. So this intro that I'm filming right now, it's gonna be the intro. I don't care how awkward it is because it's getting really hot. It's like 1,000 degrees and these lights aren't like really working for me right now. Like I'm honestly, I probably look really glowy and like, oh no, I'm sweating. Like it's really hot in my room. But I just want to say I'm sorry that I've been absent. It's just a shit ton of excuses. Here are my 2 excuses. I hate eye infections and I really hate iMovie. That's just point blank period. Apple, please get your shit together because you fucked up my creativity. Anyways, let's just get into this whole beauty haul. This is what we're gonna do. I always talk way too much with these. I'm gonna try to really shorten it down and let's just get into it. The Nicole Guerrero Anastasia. Don't really need to talk about this, to be honest. There's like a million different reviews. I'm 100 years late in mentioning this, but if iMovie would have gotten their shit together, you would have seen my review on this. But no point in putting it up now. Too late. Thanks, iMovie. So this, as far as packaging, is the best I've ever seen. First off, pink, favorite color, has sparkles in it and it has a holographic. I like dye anything holographic. As far as like the formula for these, I'm not too crazy about them. The like what's it called, the pigmentation and is like awesome, all of that. But what I mean by formula is that it's kind of like a chunky glitter highlight, if that makes sense. So if that's not really your thing and you hate like glittery ass highlighters, this one you're probably not gonna like. I personally prefer the Carli Bybel BH Cosmetics highlighters, those way more, but these, as far as the color, they're just so amazing and they're extremely pigmented too. Okay, they're like off the wall pigmented, and if you want to see swatches, Jeffree Star is a bomb one. You can go on his. We got a little hair twin situation, so if you trust me, you should trust you know, someone with the same exact hair as me and also who just knows more about makeup than me. I don't know where I'm going with this, but all I'm saying is these are a bomb, but if you don't like glittery, you probably won't like this. Speaking of glitters, I may as well mention these really quick. These are the Pinky Rose like glitter ones. I think I've mentioned the Hypnotize palette, one of my favorites, before. I don't remember, but I love a good glitter on the eyes. If you know me, that's all I do is glitter. And I got these. I keep them in the packages because they're like ones where you put in Z palettes, and it kind of pisses me off because on the back of them it doesn't actually say the color, versus on the package it does say like on the back. So this one right here is called Nick. Do not judge me. I have not used this one yet actually, but this is just a really pretty hot pink, and that's all I guess you need to know. I mean, I guess I could do a little swatch. Okay, so this is Nick. So these aren't like glitter eyeshadows. I mean, they are, but this is like chunky loose glitter, like the glitter that you need to pat 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 pat, you know, like I treat this as a loose glitter, which is why this swatch isn't really well, but it's not meant to be like swatched, at least I don't think. I mean, from my experience of using like the Hypnotize palette. And then this one that I have tapped into actually is called Timothy, and this one is just a really good rich royal blue, and it's just, it speaks for itself if I'm being completely honest, and it just looks like this and great. This one is just a deep, like, holy fucking, do you see this? Do you see this richness? Am I crazy? Like oh my god, I cry over this one right here. Like, as you can tell, they're really chunky. I don't know why I'm trying to give you swatches because they're like loose glitters. They're just like compacted into many things, and it is bomb. Bomb.com. All you need is some glitter glue, and honestly I find that these apply best with your finger. I know I've tried like different ones, like actually I've used this one. This is the Pinky Rose silicone brush that they like recommend to use with their glitter ones, and as you can tell I tried to use the blue one, but to be completely honest, I'm not too crazy about this. Just gonna flat out say I've looked at different reviews and I've seen how they pat on, but just nothing works the same in your finger. If you want more control, this is good, but to be honest, I feel like when I use this I just waste a lot of product. Like you can see in my like blue glitter like how much I had to like indent, if you can see that. Like I had to like scoop it, and I don't like that. My Hypnotize palette, I've just used regular eyeshadow brushes and it's worked perfectly fine, but I thought this one would give me better control, but I saw no like best payoff difference or something. They recommend though that you do use their glitter smackdown glue. I haven't tried it with that yet. I probably should, but again, glitter glue works perfectly fine with me and my finger and many other brushes that I have, so I didn't feel like I needed to go out and buy that. And the next two brushes that I actually did pick up at Pinky Rose, but they're not the Pinky Rose brand, is this Be Bella brush in NG331. That's a really long, obnoxious name for a brush, but it's just kind of a blending brush for like the crease, and it's more thickening, and I really like this brush because I've been trying to find like a really good crease, and it's just, it hasn't really, like none have really worked for me. I'm all about like the fluffy ones, like the big fat fluffy ones that I like to do in the crease, but I want to have more control because I'm trying to get more into makeup, and this one seems to do the trick. And then when I want to do kind of more sharper cuts and not so blended but just like blended enough, I actually use the Crown Pro in C510, and this one is white bristles, and this one just does awesome control right in the crease. It packs it on really good, but it blends it in at the same time, which is what I love. The difference between these two is this one doesn't like really smack down the color as much. It's more like kind of a transition inside the crease, not much out. I don't know, I'm not a makeup artist, I don't really know how to explain this, but if I could pick between the two of which one to get, I would say this one, because this one just has a better color payoff and you have more control, versus this one is just like another really fluffy brush that I can just like smooth everything out. And yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not a makeup artist. Whatever. The next thing that I picked up at Pinky Rose is, well, I guess we'll just go in order now, is the LA Pro Concealer, and it is in the color Espresso. And I picked this up to try to cream contour. Carly Bible always uses these, and I've been really trying to do the whole cream contour. I haven't really played around with these yet. I tried to do like a different type of contour and it didn't work out. I haven't like fully tried to contour with this, but I will let you guys know how it works. I don't even know if this is my shade, to be honest. I mean, look at that. It seems to fit though of my like Kat Von D, like a lot of the colors that I have in there, so we'll see about this. I'm not big on cream contouring, but I'm really trying to be dramatic and change my whole entire existence with my face, and you do that with contouring. So a couple things that I picked up from Urban, but you can get anywhere else, is the Stila Magnificent Metal Shadows. I finally picked them up. It is, I got Smoldering Satin, and it's actually what I'm wearing on my eyes right now, and oh my gosh, guys, this is like the best thing. I've been playing around with it the past couple days, and it's that right there. It is the most, I had a hard time picking a color because I was like, I can only pick one right now. I can't, you know, blow money on all this makeup that I don't have. And by have, I mean money. Where am I going with this? Focus. But do you see this? It's just, and my favorite part about this is how Jaclyn Hill says it. It is so damn easy. You do not need a brush. You literally go like this, use this, and go like that. And I have no complaints. Something that I've always like kind of struggled with like stuff like this is it always fucking transfers onto my lid. And I figured that it's because I never let anything dry. Or maybe it's just like the color payoff that I've been, not color payoff, just the colors and like formulas that I've been using, but I have not had a transfer problem with this. I like let it dry before I let my eyelid open up, but it is seriously the best. I have no complaint so far. I've worn it for 3 days straight. Actually I do have like a little bit of a complaint, but you're always gonna have something wrong, is when I do put it on, a lot does fall off, like flicker off and fall into my face like when I'm first applying it, and it starts to dry, like it crumbles a little bit. But then once I put like, you know, my foundation on, it's all Gucci. But it's just the best, and I wish I could have all of them. The holographic edition, oh please give it to me. Those purple ones, those purple shades, the Sephora exclusives, please come to me. I almost picked it up, but anyways, I'm not kidding. Like if you don't really, you're not like makeup experienced and you fucking suck with brushes, this is the easiest thing because all you do is boop, swipe, you're good. You don't even need to blend it. It's just the best. And it actually does blend really well with brushes once it like dries a little bit, which I'm really surprised with. Other thing that I picked up is the Milk Makeup Blur Stick. Does this work? Does this not work as a primer? Honestly, I don't know. If you guys know me, you know how I feel about primers. I feel like no primer really actually works, if I'm being honest. If you guys know who Amr is, Amrezy, I'm pretty sure, don't quote me, don't want to mix up any words, but when I was watching a Snapchat, she was saying how she actually doesn't even really use primers. I could be completely wrong, but I swear I did hear her say that. And if you have seen her, her makeup is fucking flawless all the time. So honestly, I don't really even think you need a primer unless, you know, you want to cover up like your pores, which is why I actually like this, because on the days of when I don't wear any makeup, I'll like put it on my face and it's like I'm like instantly airbrushed. It's so, it like, honestly, let's see if we can, if it even shows. Okay, so let's see, does it do anything? We won't know until I start editing this video if it works, but if it works, you might be able to tell. Hold on, let's see if the lighting will see it, if it blurred my hand at all. I don't know, I just like it personally. I do use this as a primer just because I've gotten so used to, like in my head, I think you need a primer. So I use this as a primer, but I've never in my life ever seen a difference with a primer. Ever in my life. I've used a ton. Maybe if I one day can afford the $100 primer that everyone keeps raving about that's in like that pink bottle, maybe that one will work. But as far as primers, I don't really believe in them, to be honest. But I should. Maybe I just haven't tried a good primer. I don't know. I've just never seen a difference with makeup. That's my rant about primers. I just want to quickly mention this Milani Luminoso blush. And I just, also, if you know me, you know I fucking hate blush. I just dropped my blush all over the ground. Okay, it's okay. But if you know me, I never wear blush. And the Milani Luminoso, I only picked up because Katie, Lustrelux, always talked about it. And I'm like, you know what, fine. Let me just think about it and get it. And I like this because it's not like a pink blush. It's like kind of orangey, like sunset. Let's see. Oh no, hold on. Maybe the formula's not that good. But if you can see on my finger, it's like a very light. The only blush I've ever, like, can you see that? See, it's not very pink, and I like this because it's not so bam pigmented because I have no control. So maybe that is a bad thing. Maybe this formula is not as pigmented, but I like that it's very sheen and it can really just give that nice beachy glowy. It's not too in your face, so it's like perfect for me. Kind of reminds me of like the Benefit. It's like the only blush I've ever used that I actually used to be hooked on. It was honestly this like exact same color. I don't remember the name. It's not the one that looks like the bronzer though, I can tell you that. But I just like this because it almost looks like I'm not even wearing any blush, but it just does just enough, if that makes sense. So the last thing that I'm gonna go over is MAC. So, you know, gotta mention my first ride or die is the Studio Fix Fluid SPF 15. Honestly, I loved the Hourglass, but it just set into my lines too much. Like, no matter what I did, it would always just badly crease right here, would badly crease right here, would badly crease right here. I still crease. It's something that I will never be able to get rid of unless I get like Botox. Until then, I gotta deal with my creasing. Nothing will work. But this is my ride or die foundation. I am now in the color C3.5. I am very light. I used to be like NC27, okay? That used to be my color, and if I tried to put that on now, I would look like an Oompa Loompa. And to pair with it, I got the medium, just loose powder, I guess. I don't really know what it's called. It's a mineralized foundation, loose, yeah. And I've never really set, I think the last time I set my foundation was like 100 years ago. I honestly only use translucent and like bronzer and stuff. I typically only wear liquid. Like, I've never done liquid and then like set my face. It's just not something I really thought of, but I've noticed that when I do use it, like, everyone always compliments my makeup. They're like, oh my god, your makeup looks so good. And I'm like, what do you mean? I'm literally only wearing mascara and face. So I actually would like to thank this for it. So shouts out the loose thing. I don't know, just another tedious thing to add to my routine. Now I don't know why it's taking me so long to get my hands on this one, but this is the MAC Get Me Sun Mineralized Skin Finish. Hands down, best bronzer I've ever used. Not gonna lie, it's just the perfect bronzer. I don't know what else to say. I'm wearing it right now. I don't know if you can really see, because you can never see anything. You can never see my face makeup ever with these lights, but this is just the freaking bomb. I use like the Bobbi Brown bronzer, which is like alright, but it just doesn't compare. It just gives me that beachy look, and I'm just all about the beachiness. Like sometimes I just want to dye my hair back to black just so I could be extremely bronzed in the face and look like I've just been bathing in the sun all day, because if I were to do that I would look like an Oompa Loompa with my pink hair, but black hair, it's alright. It's all good. Or is it? Probably not. The last thing that I got is the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. Yeah, that's what it's called, Paint Pot. I'm gonna let you know right now. This, if you have ever wanted to learn how to do a cut crease, I'll probably do a tutorial on it. And you figured, like, why can I ever use a paint, like, why can't I ever do a crease cut? It's because you don't have the paint pot. You can try to use concealer. I've tried to use concealer. It just doesn't work the same like a paint pot. Plus, this is a bomb-ass primer for, like, lighter shadows. And I don't know why I've been sitting on this for so long. I actually did use this freshman year. I don't know if it was soft ochre, but I did use a paint pot as a, what's it called? What is it called? Oh my gosh, what is it called? As a primer, and it dried up. Like the whole thing dried up, and I was just like, fuck this, and then I never used it, and I just started using the Urban Decay. But I recently picked this up because everyone was saying like, this is how you do crease cuts, and then I used it and I was like, holy fucking shit, this is gold. This is pure gold. This is what you need for a crease cut. And ever since then, my life's been changed. You guys enjoyed this video, and I wasn't like blabbering on too long. Honestly, I just still feel a little weird in front of the camera, if I'm being honest. And you know, we're gonna be back to regular videos. I'm back in the groove. I'm back. I'm better than ever. And when life throws you punches, you gotta roll with it. So I guess I'll see you guys in my next video.